We want to be transparent. We want to set the golden standard for reliability, solidness in this space.
So do it. Would you be able to handle it if somebody asked you for $2.1 billion back?
Today we will discuss about CZ interview at CNBC, which led to a big question mark about the credibility of CZ and Binance. Because this interview, price of BNB fell deeply and dragged down other coins. Interview CZ, which may have blunders with CNBC. Snippets of the interview are widely spread on Twitter. In one part, CZ was asked by CNBC journalist about Binance.
Thus far, you haven't disclosed your liabilities, and I wonder why that is and whether you will.
Yeah, so we are working with firms to do the audit of financials, liabilities, etc. But the audits don't reveal every problem. So,
no, but an audit from a Big Four auditor would reveal that, CZ. If you could get a Big Four auditor to say that, if you're saying that some of them don't want to work with you, that raises questions too. They don't want to work with you because you don't have the files and the data that would make them feel comfortable signing off and giving that stamp of approval?
And CZ's audit said that the audit didn't reveal all the problems that existed. When he said that, he was immediately cut off by CNBC reporters. But audit from the Big Four accounting firm could reveal all the problems. Don't they want to audit finance because you don't have the data needed that can make these auditors comfortable to give them legitimacy? CZ's answer, that many of them don't know how to audit crypto exchanges. In my opinion, this is a blunders. Why? Because it's true, maybe many auditors are not familiar with crypto operations, but this question is very detailed. Why not just answer to the point? For example, answer, we have complete data, how come we don't want to give? We want to give, and have contacted, for example, ABCD auditor company, and we have fulfilled all their data requests, but they rejected us without reason.
Actually, many of them don't even know how to audit crypto exchanges. They don't really, when they.
So it's not from me, or I don't want it. If CZ is saying that, the auditor company wasn't a lot of them. The auditor company was familiar with auditing exchanges, it seemed that it was so slow. Because of that, the reporter CNBC asked again about the trouble, then CZ's answer was immediately answered again by journalists CNBC. They said that the large crypto-based exchange coin also belonged to Deloitte auditors, one of the Big Four auditor companies. CZ gives disclaimer no. Binance didn't know Coinbase audit with Deloitte. We don't pay attention to Coinbase. I think this is a bad blunders, a bit strange. I didn't know that the base coin was audited by Deloitte. For normal users like us it's okay. For example, I just found out that Deloitte is an audit of base coins just when make this video. But for Binance, they have a complete team. Their own team is specifically to take care of it. Right at the beginning they plan to find their auditor, if indeed they have trouble finding an auditor who wants to audit Binance, so that's one of the general steps. What should they do to check their competitors? Who do you have an auditor for? Company have successfully audited, with who and data, so you can know which auditors are in the field. What about the exchange Binance? It should definitely be another check, of the same class as their auditor who? That's the conclusion from the other part of the interview. CZ's performance is good, but these blunders points raise doubts about Binance, and so will CZ what's behind CZ and Binance reluctance to do a full audit, and show their liability? The question is then, what about the Binance audit with Mazars? Unfortunately, Mazars suddenly withdrew, stopping cooperation with Binance, and all other crypto companies. Mazars said, many parties misused the results of their Binance audit yesterday, and actually Mazars said it was not an audit, but only a UPI, short for specific tasks. Mazars has agreed to the task that Binance asked Mazars to do, i.e. check Bitcoin research on Binance and check it with the Bitcoin balance on the line Bitcoin user. According to Mazars, an audit should cover wider area than that, including what checks on the liability Binance section. The price of BNB continues to fall and drags other coins down. If you ask when did BNB stop red and reverse direction, in my opinion, when Binance succeeded in proving doubts about their finances, doubts about Did they use customer funds for other things? Do they have the funds to pay user deposits? If you take into account the other side of their current abilities, all the doubts seem to be difficult to quell with only proof of off data. It only shows one side of the coin, compared to the company balanced, namely CZ assets, while the current market sentiment is to want to see another side of the coin, namely the liability method. House and Pell.